earlier in 2018, Zurich go out to all the company and ask for nominations for a community award. I found out a bit later on that I was nominated, and it just sort of went out of my mind, to be honest. And then in September, because I'm involved in the charity committee with Zurich, I got asked to go to Zurich and attend a conference to do with charity. When I turned up, I was surprised with the presentation for the prize of winning the award for the EMEA region, which is a really large area. So I was really taken back.
I mean, really, I think you're being really humble about it, actually. You were chosen from thousands of nominees from countries in the Zurich Group's Europe, Middle East and Africa region.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Do you know much about how the nomination process went and actually who decided on the winners?
So I believe it goes to a committee that meets up once a year of Zurich champions that have been either nominated before or are champions for their office. And they all meet together and vote. So, yeah, that happened sort of mid last year.
And that in itself sort of suggests that Zurich must be a company that raises a lot of money for charity.
Yeah. I mean, all over the world, there's always community and charity events going on. Every year we do a grant process as well, where we select and internally vote for charities to gain the money that we've raised through the year. And every month we do casual clothes collections or we do raffles, and we're always supporting the charities in the Isle of Man.
Isn't that brilliant, though, instilling that sort of mentality in a workforce?
Oh yeah, it's a really big thing in Zurich, all over the world. So.
And I mentioned that you find that women's cancer charities in particular are very close to heart, and this is because of what happened with your mum. Tell us what that was.
Yeah, so my mum was in her 50s and she went for her first mammogram, and it picked up straight away that she had a lump. So she went through the whole process, went and had the lump removed, had to go away and have radiotherapy, and then years of medication. And she's quite an inspiration to me, really, because she's old school. She gets on with it. She doesn't sort of make a massive thing about it, but I just think she's really brave, and she's a survivor. And it's just brilliant that it was caught straight away. And I now think that, the support group wasn't there then, that many years ago, and now it's here. There's so many more accessible things that they do on the Isle of Man, and I think that whole process for my mum probably would have been a lot quicker as well, and she could have got treatment a lot quicker if that was there then.
And I mentioned that this community champion accolade came along with a cash prize, which is nearly £50,000, and you got to split that between three charities of your choice, and the Manx Breast Cancer Support Group was one of those, and Julie Stokes, the chair, is with us. Just remind us, Julie, first of all, how the group came about.
We've been going now since about 2012, and we've had a fantastic couple of years. We've done the breast unit, and we've currently raised just over 2.8 million.
Absolutely incredible. And you've received, because of what Serena has achieved, nearly £20,000. What does that donation mean to the group?
It means an awful lot to us, but we've been really lucky because in the past, Zurich have always been good, fantastic supporters of what we've done anyway. And Serena and Mel, her sister Mel, have always been supported us with the Paint The Plantation Pink. So, we've worked together with them both through the years, and she's fantastic. We can't believe that she's done it, and to nominate us, we can't thank her enough. And Zurich.
Is there any idea yet as to what the money might be spent on?
The money will be spent on software. Nobles have identified, an amount of software that they need that patients will benefit from. So that's where it'll go. It'll go in with our Pink October money and fund those. And
Serena, you got to choose two other charities as well. Which ones were they?
That's right. So Bridge the Gap, which helps young adults at that in-between age where they might need extra help in the hospital. Or obviously they've got this pod now in the hospital that is fantastic, but I think they need more support workers and that sort of resource, so that's what their money will be going on. And also Alzheimer's Society Isle of Man, that's where some of the money will be going towards, because I just wanted to support something the other end of the spectrum, because they do a lot for the older community. So.
And we mentioned that one of the reasons you won this award is because you have raised thousands of pounds over the years for different charities. And Julie just mentioned Paint the Plantation Pink there. Just remind people a little bit about what this is, how it came to be and what it actually is.
Okay, so if I just start quite a few years back. So I got into mountain biking, and it was fantastic, sort of just changed my life really. And I decided to enter the end-to-end, and to make me finish the end-to-end, I thought, right, I'm gonna get sponsored for this. So I raised money for Special Care Baby Unit, and I raised it over £800 by completing the end-to-end. I couldn't believe it. It took me 7 hours to do. Like, it was a long time in the saddle, but that spurred me on to think, well, I can use what I enjoy doing to raise money in the future as well. So then I looked for another challenge, and I put my name down for a cycle ride across Cuba. And that was raising money for UK women's cancer charities. So fundraising for that was like, I did some photography. I love photography, so I was selling landscape images. I was doing quiz nights, car washes, anything to get to, the amount I had to raise to be able to go on that trip. And obviously, you pay to go on the trip as well, but it's just a fantastic experience. You're riding with 100 other women in the same sort of boat, and have gone through so much themselves, and it's just amazing because you're raising so much money. So then my sister got interested in what I was doing, and so we decided to together sign up for a challenge from Vietnam to Cambodia. So we did that, and my sister had the idea of Paint the Plantation Pink. She was like, we should just do a big event, and we can just, instead of doing lots of little things. And of course, we wanted to support Manx charity as well. So that's what we started planning. And so we've run it past 3 years, and we did our last challenge. So we've got another one coming up. We've put our name down for another challenge. We're cycling Costa Rica. So, Melanie, who's my sister, she's an inspiration to me as well, because it's just lovely to do something like that together.
And the great thing with I know we've spoken to Mel before about the Paint the Plantation Pink, but it's a lot of women, particularly if they get into mountain biking a little bit later, perhaps, because I know it was after you had your last child that you got into it. Maybe don't have as much confidence to do some of those bigger events, but that idea of you all being in there together and there being no judgment, and it doesn't matter if you're not the best rider in the world.
Absolutely. We encourage, to be honest, encourage beginners to do it more than the people that have been riding an awful lot. But you're always going to get people joining in that are quite competitive and want to do as many laps as possible. But we have prizes for every person that gets involved, and and it's quite a straightforward course as well. It's nothing too technical. We put in a lot odd little technical thing just for a bit of fun, really. We don't want to being too boring, but Arch Alligan's a fantastic place, and they've got that lovely lake that's now been opened up, so we ride past the lake and everything as well, and we just try and make it a lovely day, encourage families to come up and support the women in their life that have entered the event. It just ends up a really good atmosphere.
When's the next one?
So the next one's on the 27th of April. That's just gone live, actually. So you can register through our Facebook page. We've put a link on there, or you can go straight through Manx Time and Solutions. It's on there as well. And
apart from being a woman, is there any other thing you have to do to be able to enter? Do you have to be able to ride at a certain level, or
have a bike? Just and give it a go.